So I'll always remember my first day on the mission. It was amazing. It was so surreal. Coming from the MTC to Puerto Rico was such a surreal moment. I just remember flying over and knowing that this was where I needed to serve the Lord and where I needed to give all my time. It was really cool to see the island from the airplane. I remember all of us were like freaking out on the airplane because we were so excited to finally be there. We'd been preparing and we were really excited to go. And I remember just being so nervous about my trainer and like praying about her, like that she'll like me, and just hoping that everything would be okay and that I would be able to learn Spanish. And I was so nervous. And I remember the first day in the mission, we went and President and Sister Boucher picked us up from the airport, and I just was so excited to finally meet them and to be able to just be in Puerto Rico was so amazing because I knew that it wasn't just a dot on the map anymore. Like it was my home, and it was where I was supposed to serve. And so arriving there, I was so excited, and so we went over to President's house and ate some lunch, and it was really fun. And we were all just nervous to meet our trainers. We were all just so anxious. We're like, I wonder what she's like. I wonder if she likes me, and like really funny things. And so we decided, after we went to President's house, we had like an orientation where we talked about the car and stuff like that, and about the mission, about how we'd use our cards and our money and stuff like that. And then later we went to the chapel where we were going to meet our trainers, and we go into this room of the chapel, and there's lined up all of the trainers, all the people that were going to be training us, and then we were to walk in, and we just could see all of them. And I remember just standing in line, and I remember turning to my companion at the time, that was my companion in the MTC, and I looked, I was like, I think that she's going to be my mom, my mission mom, that's what we call them. I was like, I think she's going to be my trainer. And she's like, well, we'll see, And then she ended up being my trainer. So it was super cool because as soon as I saw Sister Allen, I knew that she would be my trainer, and it was really cool. And then I just remember driving to my first area, Cabo Rojo, and it was so surreal, just being there, and it was super dark outside, and I couldn't see very well, but I just felt so great, and so great to be with my companion. And I remember pulling up to our home, and I couldn't see anything outside. It was super dark, and I couldn't really see much, but I was just so excited, and we brought my stuff upstairs and didn't unpack it because it was already time for bed, but I just remember feeling so great, and I slept like a baby that night. I don't know how. I thought that I would have been nervous, but I remember sleeping so good. And I woke up and I was just so excited. I was like, let's go. And I was just really excited to be there and to finally be in my first area with my companion, my trainer, and it was really fun. But my first actual day of work was like really hard. I actually ended up getting a really bad migraine. And I had never had one before, and I just had this really bad headache, and I was super hot and dehydrated, and we ended up having to come home so that I could take some medicine and relax just a little. But yeah, so I was like super nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I can't do this? But that was hard. And then when we finally were able to leave again, it was so cool. We went and taught a lesson that night, and I was like, we taught about the gospel, and I just felt so excited because I was finally doing what I came to do, and I finally felt productive as an instrument of the Lord. And I remember walking home from our appointment and hearing the coqui frogs. So the coqui frog is one of my favorite things about Puerto Rico. It's this little teeny frog that makes the most beautiful noise, and it just sounds so cute. And it does it all night long in every area of Puerto Rico. You can just hear it all night, and it's beautiful. And I'm not going to try to make the sound because I'd mess up, but it's really cool. And I remember hearing the coqui that night as I walked home, and I just remember feeling so grateful that I could be in this area, and grateful that I could be a servant of the Lord. You will love the coqui, I promise you, and you will miss it when you come home. But don't worry, they have like YouTube videos of the coqui, so you can listen to it later if you miss it, like me.